Oh, g'day guys. We've got a relatively tricky differentiation question today that's asking us to differentiate the following function with respect to x. So we've got y equals x log x cos x. Now, in order to differentiate this function, we're going to have to employ the product rule, the chain rule, and a couple of log laws to ensure that we pop out with the most simple differential that we can possibly get. So let's get to it. So the first thing that I notice when I'm looking at this problem is we've got two main functions that are being multiplied together. We've got a logarithmic function and a linear function. So because we have two main functions that are multiplied together, we have to employ the product rule in order to solve it. So to re-jog your memories, guys, the product rule is when we have two functions, y equals f of x, g of x, that are multiplied together. The derivative of this is equal to the derivative of the first function times the second function plus we leave the first function the way it was, and we times it by the derivative of the second function. So this is our product rule here, guys. So we're going to apply this to this function here. So we're going to have the derivative of this to start with, dy dx, is going to be equal to the derivative of the first function, so the derivative of x, which is just 1, times the second function, left how it is, so the log of x cos x. And we're going to add the first function, x left the way it was, so we have x times the derivative, let's just put this in brackets here, dx of the log of x cos x. Now I haven't differentiated this yet because what I thought we would do is we would move this over here and we would solve this separately. So what we have to start with is we have the log of x times the cosine of x. Now from here we can use a log law, and let me just write it in a different color. I'll just jam it up the top here. If we have the log of a times b, this is equal to the log of a plus the log of b. So I'm going to use this log law here because I've got the log of x times cosine of x. So what I can say is this is going to be equal to the log of x plus the log of cosine x. Cool. Okay, so what we can do from here is we can say that the derivative dx of the log of x cosine of x is going to be equal to the derivative of log x, and hopefully you guys are aware that the derivative of log x is 1 over x, plus the derivative of log of cos x, so that's going to be equal to 1 divided by cosine of x, times the derivative of the inside function, which is the derivative of cos is negative sine. Cool, we can simplify this. So we've got 1 over x minus sine over cos is just tan of x. Cool. So what we're going to do is we know that the derivative of this inside part is just 1 on x minus the tan of x. So we can go back up to here, let's put it in a different color, and say that, well, dy dx is equal to, we can leave the 1 off, the log of x times the cosine of x plus x times, put this in a bracket, 1 over x minus tan of x. Okay, so this can be further simplified by multiplying the x into the bracket, and what we have is we have the log of x times the cosine of x, and I'm going to put the tan in the front, so I'm going to say minus x times the tan of x, and then we've got plus x times 1 on x is just 1. Cool. And that, guys, is our final derivative. Log of x cos x minus x tan x plus 1. Cool. So let's just go through what we did here, guys. What we started with is we used the product rule to differentiate the two main functions, the logarithm and the linear function, to separate those. What we then did is we used a log law to separate this x cosine x inside this logarithm, so it would make it easier for us to differentiate it. What we then did is the final law that we used, and I don't know if I didn't really mention it as I was going, but hopefully you guys picked it up, is here I used the chain rule. So sorry for not sort of pointing that out at the time, but that's the chain rule there. So that's it, guys. We differentiated this function x log x cos x, and we came up with a differential of log of x cos x minus x tan x plus 1. I hope this video helped. If it did, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. That's how you can sort of help me, guys, for helping you. If you have any problems with the content, guys, please leave them in the comment section below. Equally so, if you have any extra problems or other problems that you'd like me to have a go at solving or explaining on my channel, also leave them in the comment section below. I'm always looking for new video ideas. But until that time, guys, just keep practicing, practicing, practicing. If you keep bashing your head against the wall, eventually the wall will fall down. And most of all, guys, keep enjoying your maths. And I'll see you again next time.